Atlanta got to be the dumbest team in the world, man. How you up? You up by like 6 in the fourth quarter. And then you start doing stupid stuff like go one-on-one, take some dumb shots. Maya Caldwell, I don't know if it's this system, but she don't look right. Pow Pow should have closed the game. Down the stretch, why didn't you go to BG and them? You got Ron Howard and Alicia Gray going one-on-one, and they only like down 1. And then they were up a couple. Then the refs bailed Indiana out because Caitlin fired some ugly shot. She jumped into the defender. They called a foul. They saved her. She was trash all yesterday, but y'all ain't making no video about that. Y'all ain't making no video about that, are y'all? I'm telling you, man. Y'all be so biased with this chick, bro. Bias. Bias. Y'all biased. Y'all biased as hell. The Atlanta Dream, for some reason, they coach don't want to he don't want to go down he don't want to go down the stretch with Pow Pow at the point. Pow Pow was unaliving them in that third quarter and fourth quarter. She was turning up, and he decided to bench her for Maya Caldwell. Why you ain't put Nia Coffey in? You went right with Maya Caldwell. Maya Caldwell had a terrible game. And she just ain't the same. See, Maya Caldwell like to get to the mid-range. She like to get to the mid-range, or she like to slash to the hoop. That's what she does. That's what she does best. But this clown didn't even attempt to try to win the game. You feel me? He went right in and effed up. Went right in and effed up. Bailed them out. Caitlin played a horrible game. She turned the ball over. She couldn't make a shot. The thing he did early was he put Ryan on her. Then they got into a scuffle because Caitlin was throwing his forearm. She dirty as hell, but you know, Kelsey Mitchell saved him again. Stephanie White has figured out, just like Christy Sides, Cece cannot play off the ball well. And she cannot bring the ball up at all. Every time she tried to bring the ball up, she was getting either stopped from getting up to the next level, or she would get the ball ripped from her. So this is the thing that was pissing me off. I'm like, okay, why would you take Ryan off of her? And then they kept doing switches, and I'm like, y'all ain't got to do no switches. All you have to do is full court press her. That's it. Get physical with her. But be smart with your physicality. Because she gonna flop. All she did was flop. And then everybody else was flopping. Sophie Cunningham was flopping. I think she got a big shot at the end. Lexi did good off the bench. Their bench was good. Indiana's bench, which was Lexi Hole and Sophie, they came in and kept them in the game. Because the first half, Atlanta should have blew them out. But because of the bench of Indiana, them two, they helped them. DeWanna Bonner, like I told y'all, is not going to get a rhythm. She might have to end up going to the bench because for some reason, she just can't play with Caitlin on the floor. It's not enough ball to go around. Not enough ball. AB was okay. Didn't really have a good game. She was just rebounding or she would box out. She played some good defense. She kept BG. Was it BG? No, Tasha Howard took BG. Tasha Howard did a good job containing BG. AB did a good job on Brianna Jones. Brianna Jones hit some threes early and a couple late, but she missed some bunnies at the basket that could have really helped them down the stretch. Smecko, to me, he was changing his lineups too much. He was changing his lineups too much. He should have stuck with he should have stuck with a certain lineup. Like he should have stuck with Pow Pow a little longer. Pow Pow kept them under control most of the game. When she went to the bench and Ryan was running the point, the offense was sporadic. Ryan was getting these lucky shots off and making them early, but I knew that was bad. I said, this is not going to be good down the stretch. Kelsey Mitchell, by her bringing the ball up, it made it dangerous. It made it dangerous. And the danger was you can't really pinpoint on her. So they put Alicia Gray on her. Alicia did good early, but Kelsey would hit some shots here and there. And then down the stretch, she hit some big shots, which was dope. Really appreciated that she did that because she's showing you that she's the closer. Stephanie White knew CeCe ain't got it. She had to bench CeCe a lot of times during the game because CeCe's shot wasn't going. Plus, she wasn't playing good defense. She was getting back down to the hole. But down the stretch, like her flopping and them giving them certain calls was bogus. It was some calls where I was like, that shouldn't have been a call, but we know why. We know Indiana gonna get the whistle, especially her. She was horrible from the field. She had 6 assists. She made some good passes in transition. Also in half court, she made a good pass down the stretch to help lead Lexi to the score. I think which put them up by 1. But I'm not too sure. But I know Mitchell hit the shot to put him up by even more after CeCe flopped to get a foul call. So it's crazy, man. They got out of there with a victory. But Atlanta is stupid as hell. Like, they don't know how to close. This was the problem with the Dream last year. They didn't know how to close at all. They didn't know how to close at all. So, you know. By not knowing how to close, that really hurt them. This is what hurt Atlanta. I guess they don't trust Pow Pow to close the game. I would have trusted Pow Pow. But I just don't like Ryan Howard running the point. Ryan Howard is terrible. And then she settles for way too many shots when she could just go to the basket. Her and Alicia Gray, this is what pissed me off. They don't get to the basket enough. They don't. And nobody really fears them. Like, nobody really fears them. Nobody's really worried about them. Like, Indiana never was worried. This whole game felt like Indiana wasn't worried. They weren't pressured. They weren't pushed to do this or to execute. They weren't. You know. So you don't know what to do. What Stephanie White has to figure out is, am I going to bring Bonner off the bench or am I going to leave it how it is? You're gonna need DeWanna Bonner to make baskets. You're gonna need her, to help out on the boards and to guard people whenever she can. Tasha Howard hasn't disappointed. She's been good, very solid. So that she helped pick up the slack. Kelsey Mitchell most likely is going to be the primary ball handler. You saw Natasha bring the ball up because it's hard for Cece to bring that ball up. And everybody told me that she works out, she got swoller. Where? She went 0-5, right? 0-5 from 3. But nobody going to talk about it. If it weren't for them weak-ass foul calls, she wouldn't have had 11. For real. So that's just what it is. I think so that's how it is. It's just a poor job. Smecko's gonna have to figure out. He's gonna have to put Caldwell on the bench. He's gonna have to give her less minutes because she's just not good. And I think it's the system because last year she balled out. She's one of the reasons why Atlanta did good last year and made the made the playoffs. So that's how I look at it. Caitlin, I told y'all she still plays the same. I don't see anything different. I don't see nothing different. She plays the same. She does. She plays the same. She doesn't play any different. So they're gonna have to figure out, because right now Kelsey Mitchell's running it. Like she ran it yesterday. She basically said, look, This is how we're going to do it. You know, that's just how she is. She don't play that. So that's what we're looking at. Just want to tell you guys and gals that make sure you hit the like button. You know what I'm saying? Subscribe. If you're new here, hit the notification bell to select all to receive upcoming notifications. So if y'all love what you hear, you can donate to the page by super chatting or super thanksing. And you guys can also Cash App. You know, I have that in live chat for y'all if y'all want to Cash App. Now, crazy. But we'll see what the Fever at when they play against a smart team later in New York. You know. But the Ron and the CC situation, CC dirty as hell. I told y'all she a dirty player. All she do is flare that shoulder, that forearm, or she'll hit you with an elbow, or she'll push off. People get tired of that, man. They tired of all that. And she's getting away with it too. But will she bounce back? Possibly. New York's gonna be tough against them. Jaquel Jones, they don't really have anybody who could guard her. That was a great pass. But everybody saw that. Everybody was like, oh, they about to get into it. See, Cece said she ain't scared. Man, Cece was petrified. All them Indiana Fever fans was petrified. They was looking around like, we can't say nothing, honey. Too many niggers. It was too many black people in there. They weren't going to pop off. They knew what time it was. So that's the facts. They weren't going to try anything. So that's how I look at it. So let me know what you guys and gals think. That's my rundown of the game. I feel like Stephanie White has to realize that I gotta get my offense flowing. I gotta let Kelsey Mitchell do what she does. Kelsey had to be selfish because she just wasn't getting the ball like that. And Caitlin doesn't trust. She don't trust her team that much to try to throw that ball in there. Because she's trying not to have too many turnovers. So, or get defended. So, you know how it go. But, like I said, like 11 points, that's all she did. You know. Sophie Cunningham and Lexi, like I said, they're gonna come in and they're gonna give them positive minutes off the bench. But like I told you, Fever fans, Tipson is not going to play like that. Nor is Brianna Turner. She's not gonna play like that. Stephanie White has shrunk her bench. She's not finna bring those players out there. That's how it is. And that's how it's going to go. That's how it is. So. You got to look at it from that standpoint. Stephanie White knows what she wants to do. It's if her team can. When Caitlin left the floor, the defense got better. So that goes to show you she don't play defense. You know. So that's just what it is. I know I'm pausing because I'm watching the game, Connecticut and Minnesota, trying to go through that. But Stephanie White, she's gonna have to figure out a way to get Caitlin going when the transition's not working. They got to figure out how to get her going in the half court. Now the bench, Lexi, Hole, and Sophie. Would I start one of them? I wouldn't start them, because DeWanna Bonner. You want DeWanna Bonner. Excuse me. You want DeWanna Bonner to try to you want to try to get DeWanna Bonner going. You need DeWanna Bonner to go because you're gonna need her down the stretch. And if she's not going offensively, she damn sure not finna go defensively. So you have to figure out that way. So I think that. I think I would still start DeWanna Bonner, and then I would bring Lexi Hole in later with Sophie, and I would run that. I think that'll be better. So it is what it is. We got to do better, but Atlanta Dream, they just have to trust Pow Pow more. Like let Pow Pow run the team at the end of the game. Get her feet wet. You know, that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to get them in the mix so then they could be like, all right, bet. This is how we want it. But Pow Pow needs to play at the end because Ron Howard, you're using her as a star. Like she's your superstar. You don't want her facilitating like that. Like, you know, that's how it is. The Fever also oh, should have been a steal. But yeah, like you gotta trust Pow Pow at the end if you're Atlanta. Pow Pow allow Ryan and Alicia, Brittany, or whoever they got out there to be themselves. They need that for her. So we'll see. We'll see what Smeko does. I did not like he benched Tahina. He should have kept her playing. They're gonna need her down the line in big games, especially when Canada come back. You're going to need her to take over when Canada go to the bench. So that's what we got to do. You know, I mean, them. I said we, them. Fever, like I said, Caitlin Clark had a terrible night. 11 points, mainly from the free throw line. You know, they were bailing her out. So it happens. But the Dream are stupid. They lost this game. They made some bad decisions down the stretch. Situational basketball just doesn't do you justice. So that's what it is. So thank y'all for listening. Like I said, like, comment, subscribe, share this. Hit the notification bell to select all to receive upcoming notifications. If y'all love what you hear, like I said, if you love what you hear, man, donate to the page via super chat or by I can't remember, but that's what needs to happen. So make sure you guys subscribe, select all, so you receive notifications. Thank y'all for listening. And Caitlin Clark don't get the same smoke that the other girl gets. So I'm out. Deezy.